Yeah, that looks right. I think we're good here. I think we're just gonna start playing this game. Okay, hello. Greetings. Welcome to the mixtape cooking anniversary stream continued. Not that I'm continuing this game, but that the anniversary stream continues after a brief hiatus. Honestly, there wasn't a lot of games that came out last week. I tried looking, but yeah, I mean, I didn't. Oh shoot, I forgot to save that Final Fantasy VII stream. Oh, no matter. I should just do another Final Fantasy VII stream. Yeah, Hey, holy shit, yes. Yeah, not a lot of games last week. This is the only game this week that I have in my calendar of anniversaries. I guess a couple weeks of February is just slow for releases. I'm sure there's reasons for that. So maybe I'll just have to stream something else in the meantime. But yeah, so today, February 21st, 1986, The Legend of Zelda #1 was released on the Famicom. It was the first game, a launch title for the disc peripheral of the Famicom. So the Famicom came with, oh, we can't afford that. So the Famicom originally came with, it was a cartridge system, and then later on a disc, like a floppy disk peripheral, was added. Of course, that was never ported over to the US. It was just the oh, and now I've lost my beams. Oh, just got it back. Yeah, so Anyway, what I was saying was this was a peripheral game for a disc attachment for the family computer system in Japan. That was the NES. It was released in America, I want to say, a full year later on the gold cartridge that we all know and love. And that gold cartridge featured a internal battery for the first time in console history, and that internal battery allowed for save files, a first for the system. Obviously, that was extremely groundbreaking at the time. Save files were a bit of a dream, something that people didn't necessarily... Oh god, I stabbed her. Oh, I just put a bomb on her. Okay, let's assume that's not important right now. I don't even know where I got the bombs. I've just been picking them up. So yeah, we're celebrating the Japanese release date. This game sold 1 million copies on its first day in Japan. It would go on to sell 2 million copies in the first year of its release in North America, and then 6.5 million copies overall. I have only completed this game once with a homie. Shoutouts my buddy Manreed. We took it upon ourselves to finish this. It was a GameCube copy that was released because Zelda Collector's Disc featured... I can't remember how many games were on there. At least this one, the second one, I don't think Link to the Past, but had to have been another one. Anyway, we got through that. It was really hard. It was really hard. I haven't played this game a lot, so I'm not too familiar with a lot of the workings of it. I remember there was a specific tree that I'm supposed to set fire to unlock some sort of secret. Can't really remember now. But this is a non-linear Zelda game in which, I mean, some of the dungeons don't have to be completed in order. I don't want to say that none of them do, because I think some of them do. Oh, this is a bad start. So. Oh boy. Yeah, so some of this stuff does not have to be completed in order. Ugh. That was bound to happen. I do recall this being one of the first games I ever played. My parents owned an NES, and they had quite a few games. This and the second Zelda were amongst them. And yes, I cried many times trying to beat this game. Not even beat the game, just to play it. Just to make any sort of progression was extremely frustrating. Very difficult. Mentally, physically exhausting. I mean, it definitely helped me build some character at a young age to realize that I wouldn't amount to anything. And any attempts to succeed are sometimes futile. really important stuff to learn as a kid. So glad I learned it from this. But yes, I was saying that none of this is very linear. I believe you'll walk into some dungeons, and the dungeon will display in the top of the screen the number that it is. So that'll give you a rough idea of the order of them, but I don't think it's necessarily something that you have to complete in order. I don't think we did when we beat it. Oh, come on, Fairy. I need you. Yeah, so playing Zelda 1 and 2, definitely very different games. The top-down overworlds, definitely a similarity, and the dungeon crawling also a similarity, but the side-scrolling kind of battling of the second game, very different from this. This is obviously much more of the traditional format that you would have come to see from NES or Super Nintendo titles such as Link to the Past or Game Boy games like the Oracle series or Link's Awakening. You know, and I will say that the first time I played Breath of the Wild definitely got the same feeling that I did from this game. That just very open world, endless expanse type of feeling that very much felt it felt so big. And the non-linear aspect of it as well. I felt like the first Zelda and Breath of the Wild share those things, share those similarities. Oh boy, I'm dead again. I hope there's a unlimited continues. I don't really remember if there is or isn't. Oh, there's definitely something that goes here. I can't place the bomb there? Oh, my mistake. You know, some of this stuff may or may not come back to me subconsciously. We'll see. Thought that might have been a part of it. And I will say Zelda 2, not that I had much success in either of these games at the tender age of 3, but Zelda 2 is also a whole other level of challenging, and that's definitely a title I'd like to go back to and just try to finish. Very difficult game. Maybe not as difficult as I'm remembering, but I'm sure difficult enough. I don't have a knack for old titles. I'm equally terrible at these as I am newer games. Collecting that money, though. So I imagine this is very typical of a Zelda player, how they would have done this in '86. Just starting at the bottom of the map and working your way up, screen by screen. The world map is blank, but at least it gives you a location and kind of tells you the parameters of the map, give you an idea of how big it is and kind of the orientation of where you are in relation to other parts of the map. So we can only hope that this trial and error must have worked for someone 36 years ago, so hopefully it works for me too. Oops. I think going directly across is the action, provided I don't die right here. Oh, spoke too soon. Maybe we'll attack this from the second row now, knowing that all of those screens I just took didn't get me anywhere. So yeah, those who might be unaware of what life was like before save files, because some of us are old enough to know what that was like. Before, you just either had to start a game from the beginning and hopefully complete it in one playthrough. Some games came with passcodes that you'd have to write down, and they were anywhere up to what felt like 32 characters. You'd save written down in the instruction booklet. See, instruction booklets used to be very vital for games. Any little bit of information that you could acquire from an instruction book was usually important, and maybe the only source of information that you might get. We're talking, remember, no internet. The Nintendo hotline had not been established yet for those who could afford the monthly or the minute charge. There's like $3 or $4 a minute they would charge you to talk to somebody about where you were stuck in a game. Maybe if you were lucky, you'd catch an episode of Video and Arcade Top 10. It was Canadian gaming competitive television show. Sometimes they would talk about some secrets or hidden parts of games on there. Or maybe you'd be watching them play a game that you were playing, and some of the kids might be showing you a thing or two. This sounds so foreign and strange, even just talking about it now. It must sound crazy, but this was a reality in a life when you were playing a game but had no information or a way to access information on the game. Like, as a longtime subscriber to Nintendo Power, that was such a vital piece of information. That's how I was able to solve so many games, get through so many games with the walkthroughs and the tips and tricks that they used to show you. Yeah. Even like in 95, 96, 97, the internet's around, but it doesn't necessarily have the full... It's not as easy to find walkthroughs, player's guides. The first player's guide I ever owned, I won in a gas station raffle. It was for Star Fox 64. Now, I didn't own a 64 at the time, but I used to read the player's guide cover to cover over and over again. I was just so immersed in the story and just how that game looked, and very excited once I finally got to play it. Felt like it gave me an advantage. Now, I think I'm missing some chunks of the... We're getting too far up here. We should see what, yeah, this kind of area looks like. Oh. Oh, right, but back to the save files, yeah, so... Passcodes, long passcodes written, you'd write down in the instruction booklet. That would reload your save file. Metroid. The first Metroid is one of those games that use passcodes. Yeah, so if a game didn't come with passcodes, you were playing that game from the beginning every time you fired it up. Of course, very similar to arcade games which a lot of games around this time were just console games at this time were just ports of arcade games. They didn't need save files. But obviously, the idea of the save file really separated this game from arcade ports or arcade games in general, which I think just adds to the importance of this game in particular. A very important console game. Not just a very important console game, sorry, just a very important game in general. And because it was a console game, not an arcade port, that is a big reason why it separates the two. Because a lot of people at this time, we're talking in the mid-'80s, they wouldn't necessarily see a reason to justify getting a console game, getting a system and consoles, because I'm sure to them there was a lot of maybe some cons to it, like it's expensive to pick up. You needed multiple controllers. Some systems only allowed for 2 controllers, so you're not getting a 4-player experience that you might at the arcade, or maybe you just don't think that it's worth spending $60 on a game. You'd rather spend $20, $30 at the arcade on it, and then we were probably done after that. Games were expensive still, cartridges at the time. Maybe there was that social aspect of it too, that people really enjoyed going to arcades just to hang out with friends and talk with people. Maybe doing that kind of thing at home wasn't an option. So yeah, I'm sure there's some people who were, or I know there's some people, maybe they thought the quality of the games too, for consoles. The arcade ports on consoles didn't necessarily look always great or play the same as the arcade version. So that'd be another reason why somebody wouldn't be as interested in a console as they would in just going to the arcade. And I'm sure that accessibility of arcades too, they were everywhere, probably also was a reason why you wouldn't need a console, because the arcade was everywhere at the time. You didn't have to go looking for them, they were everywhere. So if you wanted to play games while you were out, you'd play games while you were out. So yeah, I think there was a lot of reasons to keep going to the arcades as opposed to consoles, buying a console at this time in the mid-'80s. I guess even PC gaming at this point, PC games were probably a little bit more fleshed out, also kind of felt exclusive. PCs might have just been maybe more practical because they could do more than just play games like a console could. We're talking like PCs like the Apple II or what's another one? The MXS. Very limited computers. We're talking about just screens and keyboards that you'd be able to type some stuff on, like very primitive from today's standards. But maybe that was another reason why somebody wouldn't buy a console, because if they owned a PC, PC just made more sense. Okay, so we're in the first dungeon. Now, I shouldn't say this is the first dungeon. It might be the first dungeon. It's a dungeon. It's my first dungeon. We'll see how this goes. Oh. Anyway, what I was ranting about was, yeah, this day and age, 86. Not a lot of single reasons why to get a console, but this game in particular was one of the reasons why people started considering the consoles a little bit more, such as the NES, because you weren't going to get this in an arcade, and if you were going to play one of what was considered the best games of all time at the time, you were going to need to buy an NES to do it. So there's a big importance to this game for many reasons. So I'm just trying to cover them all, or as many as I can, during this stream. Nice to just hopefully stand here and kill them all. Oh, definitely want that heart. To add to this game, like it plays really well. Like it feels fast, fluid, really natural. I'm sure it's hard to see it, but there's a realism to this game a little bit in terms of how Link moves and how the enemies move. Oh shit! It feels great. So that was just in my subconscious. It's the map. So yeah. A lot of games for the NES have some wonky controls, or controls that take time to get used to and kind of figure out the motions of the characters, kind of how the jumps work, how the enemies move, your attacks. There's a lot of things that you have to kind of get your head around when playing certain games. The NES in particular, a console that very much was like that. Everything kind of played a little bit differently. So yeah, this though feels really, really just easy and natural to just pick up and get into. It doesn't have necessarily that learning curve off the hop in terms of the controls, but I'm not going to say that this isn't difficult. It is. I feel like it was really meticulously thought out. Each of these rooms is meant to train you, to kind of give you an idea of how to play the game and how to think. And then the further levels, dungeons, the rest of the game is constantly just trying to teach you how to become an even better player overall. And that's just something that I think can be said about Zelda games in general. Maybe that's what makes them so great. It's just how they always continue to challenge you from the beginning to the end. Always in different ways. And they all play Eastmost Peninsula is a secret. Eastmost Peninsula is a secret. Now see, this is something that now somebody would put yourself in 1986. This is something that somebody would open their instruction book or have a notepad with them and write this down. That's the type of gaming we're talking about at this point. And clearly this is really important. And you might forget that this was said, but it's going to play into the game, obviously, at some point. So, anyway. Eastmost Peninsula is a secret. We'll see if that actually pertains to me at any point in this stream, but anyway, and then so yeah, the Zelda titles have continued to play differently and challenge gamers in every aspect that is presented in the console or the generation of games that kind of comes out with it. I felt like it's always never been one to play into the trends of games. What's popular, what's selling, like a lot of franchises do. And not shaming any franchises, that's just a natural progression into things. That's how business works. You do what sells, you let the audience sometimes dictate what to do next. But the Zelda series, I think, has always been the ones who take whatever console they're on and maximize and push the limits of that console's capabilities or just the capabilities of technology at that time. It certainly did that for 3D combat, the 3D action combat of Ocarina of Time. The expansiveness of the second one, Majora's Mask. I mean, Link to the Past is one of the best Super Nintendo games. Because it really utilizes all of the technology in that game. And then you get into the other handheld ones like the DS. That's a really interesting one because you're not even using movement in a traditional way. You're relying on the stylus. Let's explore the rest of the dungeon before I go down here. I think that's the boss. But yeah, the stylus movements, very unique for the system, but also challenged the system's capabilities at that point and people's familiarity with the system at that point as well. Because not every game was that demanding on the stylus and the touchpad system mechanics. And then, of course, Skyward Sword and how detailed the Wiimote motion controls were at that point. I mean, they came out with new Wiimotes that were more sensitive and accurate. Not specifically for that game, but they came with that game. What else? Really, like every Zelda game. Win some, you lose some. We're gonna keep doing continue, and hopefully that's nice of them. Put me in the dungeon. Oh, but I think I lost my keys. I think I had a couple keys. Yeah, so lots of Zelda titles, very cutting edge of what they were doing. Talking about pushing or testing a system's limits. That's, yeah. Can't stress all that enough either. It's what separates Zelda from the franchise from other franchises. The reason why it's got such a standard to it, and there's always high expectations with every Zelda. I think one of the most amazing things about the franchise is with those high expectations, they almost always deliver. I mean, even games that had some initial disappointment reactions, like Wind Waker, still exceed expectations in the end. Wind Waker is one of the standout Zelda titles, I think. It's gotten a lot of praise over the years, and I would say maybe the hardest dungeons of all time. Now that I haven't played them all, but from my experience of playing quite a few Zelda games, I would say that for sure top three hardest dungeons. What else would I put in that top three? Maybe Ocarina of Time. Those dungeons are easy. I would call them easy now only because they're like second nature to me. But at the time of their release originally, very challenging dungeons. Though the dungeons in Breath of the Wild are pretty challenging as well. A lot of knowledge on the combat mechanics that dungeon introduced, as well as the puzzles. That's always big, and really that's always a standout for me. Is what separates a Zelda dungeon from being more challenging than another. Is the difficulty of the puzzles. Kind of dictates how challenging dungeons are going to be. A Link to the Past is also very challenging dungeons. Maybe not necessarily the challenge. Each dungeon is individually challenging, but collectively there's so many dungeons in that game that there's a challenge in just getting through all of them. So, yeah, I would say Wind Waker, A Link to the Past. And I'll say Ocarina of Time. Did I just get the boomerang? What a fantastic thing to get right now. Oh, lovely. Okay, now we've worked our way through the dungeon. What's flashing over here? Oh, the hands, the hands. Still terrifying, regardless of the bits of graphics. Oh, this is surprising. Got a piece of the Triforce. Feels good, man. We're going right back in. Because there was that whole other room that I thought I was avoiding because it was going to be the boss. Actually, Twilight Princess's dungeons were pretty hard too, now that I think about it. But that might have been because the last time I was playing it on a very hard difficulty. The Twilight Princess remaster for the Wii U came with a kind of like a more difficult mode in terms of hearts not spawning out of bottles or anything or enemies. So you could only really gain hearts from drinking potions or fairies. And then also I was playing with a double damage modifier as well. It was just pure frustration. Definitely should not have made it that hard to get through. Not that I got through it, actually. I was pretty frustrated with it by the end, so I never actually completed that one. I wonder where that copy is. I don't own that anymore, or I'm not sure where it went. I should look for that. I'd say Twilight Princess doesn't get enough love. Mainly because, I think because it was released so late for the GameCube's life cycle that it never got the attention it deserved. Though it was released as well for the Wii. The motion controls for that game were an afterthought. So not well implemented. Just you could shake the remote and just swipe everything around you. So that just didn't look great. Oh, I had Zelda's menu screen in the background playing, but it seems like the TV shut itself off, or the system shut itself off. I have the NES Mini. Oh, it's a bow. Definitely want that. How about Bowser's Castle, Super Mario Brothers vibes here? Even the music a little bit. Just slightly different. But the composer for this title, Koji Kondo, is also the composer for the first Super Mario. Both games, this and the original Super Mario Brothers, developed concurrently with each other. Definitely impressive to have people on both teams, or people working on both games at the same time. Each of those franchises went on to do amazing things, but the individual games as well, very special. $107. We got a bow, we got a boomerang, bombs, 4 hearts. Things are really looking up for Link here. I mean, not at this particular moment, he only has half a heart, but 1.5 hearts. But I'm looking pretty equipped. I wonder if enemies will start to drop arrows now that I have a bow, or if I have to go and purchase the arrows. We'll see. So I think that's safe to say it's the first dungeon. It's definitely the dungeon they want you to play the first. And since the eastmost peninsula is the secret, you remembered that. I remembered that. We will go and check that out. Must be where the next dungeon is. Potentially might require one of these items that we just got in the dungeon to assist with opening it or accessing it. Easternmost peninsula. Oh god, just get devastated. Not going east, that's west. That's west. So a peninsula is a body of land surrounded by water on 3 sides, but not 4. I believe, if my geography class has taught me anything. So we just have to look for that. This is a real gauntlet of enemies. I think even just trying to defeat them all would kill me. I gotta take advantage of this boomerang more. I think that's really gonna save me. Maybe we'll start from the top and go down. There's a good chance those come alive. Oh ho ho. Very, very clutch. At this point, I don't want to start back from the center and work my way over here, you know? This is good. Do I want a candle? Do I need a shield? I already have a shield. That's an upgraded shield. A key or a candle? I suppose I should purchase the candle. Just because I can. Maybe I'll need it. Oh, we don't need that right now. Might just bomb this area for reasons. Okay. Worth a shot. Is this a peninsula? No. Is this a peninsula? Show this to the old woman. Ah, I know the old woman. The woman want to talk to me, and I put a bomb on her, and yeah, that old woman. Oh god. I need my boomerang back. Oh jeez, what a slaughter. Running away. Running away. Oh, look at that. This might be the easternmost peninsula. Oh. Let's play bunny making game. Okay. Oh. I lost the money making game. Don't think I'll try that again. That was it? Does that seem right? I'm gonna die here. There's nothing I can do. We're just gonna have to walk all the way back. Actually, since I'm over here, I could give the woman the letter now. If I remember where that is. I believe this is a shop, but I should just check anyway. Yeah. Nothing from here for now. See, just because I got a few items doesn't mean I'm not going to get absolutely mangled by enemies in the open world still. Like, that's not just going to change because I picked up a few things. Ah, yes. Buy medicine before you go. Oh. I can only afford this one. Okay. What was that, like a coupon? Is it here? I think I'm supposed to burn one of these bushes. How much flame do I have, I wonder? That was it, okay. I'm not gonna mess around with that right now. The open world music just never tires. What a great song. Just feels like adventure. Well, what was the point of me trying to go up against all those, you know? That was never gonna happen. Also, gotta remember to use the boomerang. Keep trying that eastmost peninsula. See, remembering to use the boomerang. Ugh. Getting rocked right now. I never said I was an expert at this game, so you gotta bear with me. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Sometimes it's unbelievable because you get to a point that you want to get to, and you have such little health that it doesn't matter that you got there because you'll die, and then you'll have to do it all over again anyway. That is exactly what this game is about. Case in point. We will continue, as we always do. Oh, give me that. Give me that. That's right, you can catch her with the boomerang. I forget that. So much is slowly coming back to me. Very slowly. No emphasis on the speed whatsoever. You don't have to keep fighting. You can just run. Ugh. Too much action for that frame rate. These guys are tough. 3 hits. Oh. It's in here? Oh no. I have no money. We're gonna run. I'll choose to run. Choose to be a coward. No. Arrows are 80. Okay. Easternmost peninsula is the secret. This is pretty eastern. We're gonna drop a bomb right here. See if that's a part of the secret. I guess this isn't really a peninsula. Switch back to the boomerang. Now I wonder if I can catch that boomerang with the heart piece. The heart piece of the boomerang, that is. If I survive this onslaught. Oh. It's not defeating in the slightest. Not at all. Ugh. Okay. Oh no. It's gotta be on him with that boomerang. Don't give him nothing. Oh. No point in going after the water guy. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Scratching and clawing. Here we are. Try this again. Unbelievable. You know, and I might not even be able to get that heart piece, but at this point, gotta just keep trying. Or continue to head north along that coast anyway. Maybe that old man was just talking shit. Maybe that old man just wasn't right. He sent me to this peninsula to put me to death. What's he doing living in a dungeon anyway? Freak. Fucking freak. Da, 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 da. Oh no. Running away. This kid's by himself in this world of just old people. It's a world of old people and monsters. He's a one-man army trying to defeat a force of evil. That's a lot to live up to. Maybe you don't necessarily have to live up to it because no one knows you're doing it. But really, the expectation is low for Link in this game. In other games, there's people who are, you know, expecting him to do this, to live this life, to be the hero that he's supposed to be, the hero of all time. But this Link doesn't necessarily have all of those extra... Oh, that wasn't going to happen, eh? Okay. Obviously some sort of jumping mechanic that's coming at some point. I don't even know. Gotta place a few bombs. Just checking. Gotta keep planting bombs, just checking. Ugh. Oh boy. It's a steady grind. It's a steady grind. Not that this is the first title chronologically in the Zelda franchise, though it is one of the earliest, according to the Nintendo timeline that they put out for this game not too long ago. Was a secret for the most part. For a very long time, for decades. But no, Skyward Sword is the original first game in the series. But this is, I think, second or third. Obviously, the sequel to this game is the direct sequel to the game. Can lean on the boomerang to get the job done here. This is it. This has to be it, right? Eastmost Peninsula? They just don't you just don't catch a break. It's almost maddening. I think it's better that you see how hard this game really is. People make this look easy, I'm certain. Speedrunners, no doubt. But speedrunner, I am not. Though as someone who's played this 30 years ago, they could have a better grip on the reality of the situation, but I don't. I do not. Ow. He's not gonna afford arrows now. Okay, we're back in this freaking peninsula. Would we call this a peninsula? I don't think that's right. I don't know if this is accurate. What's to be done here? Bomb something, I guess? Just start putting bombs down? Oh, I was really hoping I was going to kill that thing. Let's go back to the boomerang. Maybe let's not call that the peninsula yet. These things get faster? When did they get faster? Ugh. Ugh. Running away. Is there something to be said about that part right there? I don't know what to bomb there necessarily. Let's not waste that next bomb. It's the last one. Maybe something will come up. Though I don't think it will at this point. I believe we're back where we started. I wonder if these have any importance to them. What a blessing. Ugh. Oh, and they're... Oh! That is where I'm supposed to go, though. But it's alive now. Oh, but he's frozen. Oh, good timing. Okay. Oh. It's a secret to everybody. What is a secret to everybody? That was the secret? 30 rupees? That wasn't helpful at all. Oh, God, no. Can it be stopped? Just run away. Was that the secret in the peninsula? Maybe I should go up more. Ugh. Relentless. I think I need to drop the Eastern Peninsula lead for the 30 rupees. So I'm guessing if I keep going back there, I'll keep getting 30 rupees. And maybe that's important in its own. A constant generator for 30 rupees. I mean, the money might start coming in pretty quick at that point. I could afford things like arrows and more potions maybe, as well as an upgraded shield. So I'm gonna head back there just to see if that's the point of it. There's gotta be a better way to go. Oh, I don't know about this. Though I don't like the narrow corridors at all. Oh. Well then. Really just that cheerful music that's keeping me alive right now. Here it is. Nope, you only get it once. What a waste. What a waste of a secret. If that is a secret, that is. What a rain of arrows they throw on you. Oh. Okay. 10 this time. Okay. If we get out of this, that'll be a miracle. Ugh. I think it's safe to say that exploring east has been mostly futile. Oh, 160 for the new shield. I don't really think I need the key yet. So we're going to start exploring... The north is concerning, I know, because the north is, especially in the northwest, difficult dungeons up there. So it might not be worth checking out, but that being said, I think it's time to start checking other locations. Ugh. I'm not approaching those things properly. So maybe we'll start southwest and work our way up. Ugh. Ugh. Some things just aren't worth a fight. This is interesting. Ugh. Then why even have that as an option? Screw that. But let's bomb that right there. That looks enticing. Hey, that corner there? Just asking to be bombed. Oh no. Maybe it's not. No, it definitely is. Oh no! That's not what I meant to do. Oh well. Out of bombs. Ah. Thought I was going to avoid that. You scratch and claw across the map and then you die. You can see why people obviously played this for years of their life. Without any reprieve. That's how I felt about it when I was playing it. Oh. Oh, I know how to get to there. Check that out. Should have never gave that hag 10 rupees. Getting pretty close to the shield upgrade here. Hey, look at that. Does that not look like an arrow? That looks too obvious. One of the big improvements for the second game here, the sequel for the NES, was the villages actually having dialogue with NPCs outside of the one-word things here. It was very nice. Grave. Well, see, I feel like the grave is pretty rough stuff. I don't think I'd be going to their grave unless I had a few dungeons under my belt. From what I can remember from past experience. See, the orange ones aren't so bad. They only take a couple of hits. The blue ones take a lot of hits. But if they're gonna drop good stuff, then you gotta put up with that. Or avoid them altogether. Now that I have full health, I feel confident in just avoiding them altogether. Using this sword beam to my advantage. For the fleeting moments that I have it. It's already gone. Stab him in the back. Ugh. Chasing these guys across the map, trying to kill them. These straightaways don't make this easier either. Wait a second. I'm not moving at all. And you noticing that on the map now? I'm just noticing that. It's the Lost Woods. The woods don't end. So there's a specific way to go through them. Can you imagine how maddening that was in 1986 when you had absolutely no idea how to get through this, and no way of finding out either, other than raw trial and error. Okay, going back actually goes back, so... I don't even know how long I was doing that before. I'm just staring, going like, I've got to be moving these screens, but I wasn't moving the screens. But at any point you go back, you actually go back. Madness. It's just madness. Okay, the woods start in this corner. I want to fight all these guys. And now it's... yeah, okay. There's no point to that right now. It just doesn't make any sense. There's no reason to subject myself to that, so I'm not going to. This fairy's gone. Great. It's great news. Oh, this fairy's alive. Oh, great news. $130 for the shield upgrade. We're doing it. How big that shield is. I'm going to pretend it actually announced something. Oh, full hearts this guy takes. Go right in. Ugh. Boy, this is really expensive. Oh, I can only imagine the blue ring's important. For $250. Now my shield purchase seems pointless. Absolutely pointless. Well, might as well take advantage of that anyway. The expectation is to really collect 250 rupees and get that piece, or whatever that was, ring. Oh, jeez. Am I missing how to get around there? Just go. I think the graveyard's ahead? No. Oh, this guy. Funny, quite similar to the very difficult Minotaur characters. Master using it and you can have this. Ugh. Well, just keep it at it. Yeah, I haven't actually been looking at where to go next here. Trying to play this authentically, even though that's just insanity. I'm just shocked not even having come across a second dungeon. I like to think that I've explored a large enough part of the map to say that out of the 7 other dungeons that are in this game, I would have come across one at least. You know? One at least. But that's not the case. I didn't think buying this big shield was going to be such a luxury item either. Thought it was more of a necessity. This is bad. I want to defeat that goat thing, but Minotaur. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. This isn't going to go well. Okay, okay. Does that give me the sword? Master using it, and you can have it. No. Come on, dude. Just let me have it. Master using it. How can I master using it if I don't have it? Seems like if I don't use it, I lose it. And that doesn't seem right. And does that thing just regenerate? No. So... I wonder what the... I'm just gonna die right here anyway. Oh, come on, give me a heart. Give me a heart. Oh! This game is just an absolute relentless test of patience. So I can't have the sword. It's $250 for the blue ring. I'm kind of stuck here a little bit. I think this game just really wants you to grind. Not typical of Zelda games necessarily, it's just the grind of defeating enemies to acquire items. Usually the grind comes through the dungeons, but this one seems to really emphasize the fact that you need to kill as many things as possible to get what you need to move on here. Seems kind of brutal. Ah! There was a thing about the old woman saying to go to a grave. But the grave might be through the Lost Woods, which is something I have yet to figure out how to do that. I mean, it really leads into how powerful a non-linear game can be. And really, to develop that way of thinking in 1986 is revolutionary, because that wasn't really something that you often thought of, especially in the world of arcade ports, right? Those games are all specifically extremely linear. And to advance, it was to move right until the next world, and the next world after that, until the game told you you were done. This provides a completely different challenge. So, something to be said about that. But a completely different challenge without any direction is something that I struggle with. Not necessarily my favorite games. Even Breath of the Wild, I really struggled getting into originally because it was so open world. And I didn't realize how much I appreciated a linear Zelda game until playing Breath of the Wild. And I put it down and was like, wow, this isn't really what I was expecting. And I wasn't saying it was bad, it just wasn't what I was expecting, and I wasn't prepared for that type of game. I put it down for almost a year, I think, after picking it up on day one. I could not get myself into it the way that I thought I was going to, because it wasn't the Zelda game I thought it was going to be. So I eventually got around and got into it, loved it. I'm not going to argue to say it's the best Zelda game of all time, because in a lot of ways it is. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite. But it's a lot like this. It's funny to be able to draw parallels between the very first Zelda game and the most recent. You think a series that's come and gone and evolved so much over the generations, various consoles, you think that they would be vastly different. But I think the truth of it is that they could be more of the same. Obviously, Breath of the Wild being very well developed and fleshed out, as you would expect a console game to be a AAA title in this day and age, but it doesn't let up. ₹1 at a time. We're getting back to 250, so I can afford the various things. The blue ring that I'm not even sure what it does yet. Oh, you took it away from me. You took it away from me. Oh, that new shield's helping though. Deflecting those arrows most of the time. Now, the Lost Woods, I wish I could figure out. Oh. Oh, that frame rate. Hilarious. Oh, jeez. That was not worth it. Amazing how these guys don't produce more items that you need. Oh, and now we're trapped in the Lost Woods. Nothing's gonna change there. Oh. Oh. Not this time, eh? Okay. Well. Oh. I feel compelled to look for which dungeon is next. At least the location of it, but I'm being pretty stubborn here on this. I have to say, at least... I've checked out at least 2/3 of this map, I want to say now. Should not be that hard to find the second dungeon. Somehow I am struggling that badly. Oh. Like I said, this is not a game I've played a lot of. I'm familiar with it. Played it before. I've played through it before. But, yeah, there's something about this game that... Now, I played this probably 20 years ago. That's the last time I played through it. Right before Wind Waker came out, that's when I played through it. I want to say that was 2003. So it's been a while. I know one thing I'm doing is not bombing enough stuff. I know through bombing walls, the ground, maybe trees. Oh, that reminds me of those arrows. I should bomb that. That might have been something. Where was that? Ugh. Ugh. Gotta remember to whip that boomerang out. Here we go. This looks like something to bomb, right? These arrows are pointing to something. I've got enough bombs to mess around with this right now. Ugh. Okay. That did not work to my expectations. Gotta be something else to bomb. At least this music never gets old. Just continues to keep the spirits high. Oh no, come back. Yes. They never just line up like that for me. It's usually more like this, just a shit show. Run away. Running away. Well, this is going to loop around again to the mountain. Can't access that yet. I think the idea is that this is Lake Hylia. It's Death Mountain just to the north. But like I said, this game doesn't feature any kind of village, town, castle. It's very bare bones worlds when you compare it to the other games. But it is still very large. I guess not Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy large, but still quite a large map. Many screens, many screens. Yeah, see, this is gonna get me around the corner. No. Rats. This is to the fairy fountain? Yeah. See, I'm starting to recognize this map. So the north-west is inaccessible until I figure out the Lost Woods. The east I've mostly sorted out, but it didn't seem like there was anything pointing towards the next dungeon. We could continue to go south here. Was there maybe something south that I was missing? Oh. Not looking good for a boy here. Oh. Okay. What next? Where am I going here? Oh. Oh, I just missed it entirely. Oh, that's a shame. I walked right beside it. I've walked right beside it multiple times. just madness, you know, sometimes. I just need the slightest push in the right direction sometimes. That's all I need. I don't demand a lot from games. I mean, I'll try to play them all, almost, but I just need a little bit of just a direction. A simple arrow telling me where to head next. And not all the time either, but just oh, I'm gonna die here. This looks like a tough fight. Look at that. Whew. Oh, this is the wrong way. Just head south. Nope. Nope, I went too far. At least if I die in the... Oh, no. Ugh. I was gonna say, at least if I die in the dungeon, I can restart there, but... Go back to the open world. That's okay. Give me that heart. Come on. Oh. Big money, big money. I need all the money I can get. Oh. That's funny. Here we go. Ow. Knocked me right out of there. Okay. Here we go. Scratching and clawing, scratching and clawing. So it was right here. I've walked up and down this panel several times because I've spent some time right there and I just never thought about cutting left. Unbelievable. Because it's really always the stairs that catch your eye in this game. If you see a set of stairs that you haven't climbed up before, you must absolutely climb up them. I just did not climb up these stairs because I never went into this screen. And here it is, second dungeon. Oh no. Oh, just stuck in there. This seems like that's gonna... That's okay. If I die here, start in the dungeon, so... Nothing wrong with going out the bang here. First key. first, I guess. Fantastic dungeon music. Oh, it's okay. Dungeon music's it just keeps reminding me of Bowser's Castle's music in the first Super Mario. Same composer, so. Both are very, have that dungeon feel to them. So that was the compass. Now we know the boss is at the very top. I'm going to start exploring every direction but the top. See, the snakes are smart. That's a tricky mechanic to add to. You get so accustomed to the enemies in the game moving in a random direction. But these ones actually moving towards you changes just how it changes your tactics for combat. We'll check a couple of these. Only seems natural to put something there, right? Oops. I gotta get the boomerang out. Convenient. Alright, let's bomb that wall too. See, I feel like the money comes quick in the dungeons. You get more of it than you would normally in the open worlds. Map. Okay. So quite a few rooms to go. Oh, that was silly. So we'll start. What about the retry option is? Already been this way, right? Yeah. Need to generate there. So I've been to the right rooms these last couple. Yeah, up again. Then we'll start working to the right. Leave the heart in case I lose one. Start working over this way. Oh! Oh no. Just a lot of movement required. Ah, that was stupid. You can't just stand there. Like I just said, a lot of movement required. As I just stand there and take that beating. Should definitely get some hearts. Dungeons, you think you want to avoid enemies, but you need so much for hearts, extra supplies. Sometimes they don't drop you anything, and it's a waste of time. Then you're hobbling to the next couple of rooms. Not a single heart out of those guys? Ugh. Oh, here we go. Mini boss. Grab the bombs for this one, I believe. Oh. Rats. Okay. Scratching and clawing. Scratching and clawing. Name of this game. Oh, shoot. Waste of a bomb. I think I'm definitely going to try to avoid those red guys. This time. With the boomerangs. Yeah, we'll sneak around here. Oh, I can't. Oh, these guys might have some... Oh, you can kill them with just the boomerang. Perfect. Saves the trouble of having to go too close to them. Let's take out these guys. They are so strong. They take so many hits. I think it's important to kill those guys, though. I must drop something important. Really looking forward to that 5th hard piece after this dungeon. Absolutely looking forward to that. Big money. Is it this room? No. Yeah, might as well kill the water drops. Though they don't seem to be dropping anything when I do the Boomerang. So they're not worth going after. Why does that kill all of them, just killing one? Interesting. And these stakes are just such good money. Okay, here we go. Try to focus on just one at a time, and I'm not going to try moving either. Or, no, I'm trying to try... I'm going to try moving. Just going to focus on one. Okay. Focus on one. Moving. Always moving. Oh, that heart's pretty important to me. Oh, look at that. Blue boomerang. Not sure how important it is, but it feels good. Wow, that's the whole room. Okay, that's pretty important. I don't know if the boomerang counts for this guy. No, it's bombs. It's bombs. I'm out of bombs. Well, that sucks, eh? Oh, you can hit them too. Okay. Just a little bit of cleanup work here. Okay. And a key. Big day. Now I'm not too worried about dying here. Not that I want to, but... Oh, and it kills bats in one hit. Big upgrade to the boomerang. No, it's nice to see how many classic elements of even the original Zelda game carry over into the entire franchise. I think that's really neat. I was about to say it was over for you bitches, and then I got hit. It's incredible how few and far in between it is to when you're at full health. Really excited about this new boomerang. Across the whole dungeon. Oh. Big money. That blue ring's coming. 250 blue ring. Dodongo dislikes smoke. I don't know how that's beneficial to me at all, but it's nice to run into the old man in the dungeon again. It's sus that he's living in a dungeon to begin with, but appreciating his wisdom. Foreshadowing. I'm not sure how much wisdom it really is. Oh, these guys got blue boomerangs too. Gotta spam those laser beams. These guys play dirty, I'm gonna play dirty. I don't have to pretend like I'm any better than them. Almost fell for that. Oh. Okay, boss is coming. Boss is here. Dodongo. Dislikes smoke. Well, clearly you're supposed to feed it bombs. If any other Zelda game has taught me anything. Oh shit, don't like that though. You gotta really give it to him. Oh. I'm out of bombs, though. Oh! Sometimes it works out. Often never. That feels great. Second Triforce piece. I mean, 2 out of 8, but second dungeon in the bag. Quite nice. Okay. Oh, fuck me. Just running away. Well, you know, 2 dungeons in, I'm feeling really good about my progress here. I mean, it took 2 hours, but hey, dungeon an hour, I guess, averages out okay. In my standards, anyway. We are going to close out this stream. The Zelda anniversary stream. Like I said earlier in the stream, normally I have several video games to stream throughout the week as anniversaries come and go. However, this past week, no streams, no new games, or no games were released that I could find really of note in the last week of February, and this is the only game that I've found for this week. So might fire up a couple of the previous anniversary games from this year so far. Play through those. I'll have a schedule posted up in the next couple of days. But yeah, that's me signing off on the Legend of Zelda 36th anniversary stream. Lots of fun. Clearly, 1986. Very special time in games. And yeah, glad that I was able to get back into this and get a couple dungeons through. We might continue, pick up where we left off, or I'll be streaming something else that came out at some point in the last couple of months of an anniversary date. Yeah, I've been really enjoying these anniversary streams. I'm going to keep on them. Not necessarily stream anything current that I'm playing. But yeah, so try to save here. Look at that, 29 deaths. Nice that they keep track of the deaths. Make you feel like shit. Yeah, I used to actually one of the games, Ocarina of Time, I always made it a point to finish that game without any deaths. And also with only 3 hearts. That was another challenge I used to do, a 3-heart no death run. Yeah, I completed that. Not something I can say for many of the Zelda games. Not that they include the death counter anymore. More of an old school. You know, I don't even know if it was included in Majora's Mask, actually. Ocarina of Time might have been the last one. Anyway, mixtape cooking here. Mixtape gamer signing off. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed stepping back into this day 36 years ago and enjoying one of arguably the greatest games of all time that I'm horrible at, but that's okay. It's good to just know your roots. I happened to be fortunate enough to play this game roughly 30 years ago, and it's nice to be able to come back to it and still find a lot that the game gives. Game's got a lot to offer, as the timeless classics should and do. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Have a great evening, and keep an eye on the schedule to when I update next. Yeah, like what you see, I post anniversary dates on Instagram at Mixtape Gaming. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.